Well, here are the 5 things you need to know for today.
In my service time of 23 years, I haven't been involved in a similar investigation where we have somebody setting up to catch a predator or anything along those lines. This is a very unique incident.
Police say a boy put himself in immense danger after carrying out an alleged catch-a-predator scheme. Police say the boy was part of a group of teens and preteens who arranged to meet a man in Airdrie in a vigilante sting to expose child predators. Investigators say they met the man on Snapchat. The boy then willingly got into his vehicle and the man drove away before he could escape. The 12-year-old did manage to flee the car at a nearby red light and called 911. 37-year-old Zane Merchant from Calgary is expected in court this morning. He faces numerous charges, including kidnapping, sexual interference, and breach of conditions.
12% increase immediately for the junior flight attendants, 8% for the more senior flight attendants, and then progressively through the contract, 3.5%, 3%, and then 2.5%.
Details of a tentative deal reached between the union representing flight attendants and Air Canada are now emerging. The biggest change is pay for time worked while on the ground. CTV News has confirmed the airline is offering 50% of their hourly rate as ground pay for 60 minutes of work, 70 minutes for larger planes. The ground pay rate will also increase to 70% by the time the deal expires in 4 years. Workers are expected to vote on the deal next week. And the Canadian Union of Postal Workers has presented a new offer to Canada Post as the two sides resume negotiations. The union is asking for higher wages while allowing for the addition of weekend delivery and part-time workers. The new proposal includes annual wage increases of 9% in the first year, 4% in the second year, and hikes of 3% in years 3 and 4. Canada Post says it's now reviewing the union's offer. Additional negotiations are scheduled for tomorrow and Monday.
And the unconditional release of all hostages, and to avoid the massive deaths and destruction that a military operation against Gaza City would inevitably cause.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres is calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza as Israel begins the first stages of a ground offensive in Gaza City. Palestinians are fleeing parts of the city where hundreds of thousands of displaced people had been sheltering. Israel is calling up 60,000 military reservists for the start of September. That is to free up active duty personnel for the operation. The plan is being put before Israel's Security Cabinet later this week.
Judicial independence is a basic principle that must be respected. And these types of measures undermine the foundation of international justice.
The White House is taking aim at judges on the International Criminal Court, including Canadian Judge Kimberly Prost. Prost has been slapped with sanctions by the Trump administration for authorizing the court's investigation into U.S. personnel in Afghanistan. Judges from Fiji, France, and Senegal have also been sanctioned. Sanctions against those judges stem from the ICC's decision to investigate Israel's actions in Gaza and the occupied West Bank. The U.S. State Department is calling the ICC a national security threat against the U.S. and Israel.